My pets and I have been stressed and depressed, and now I have completely lost my faith in humanity. So this video is going to be a bit of a rant. These are some of the feelings and thoughts that I've been harboring inside, and I just think maybe if I share it with you or if I let it out, maybe it'll be some sort of an emotional release. Think about it like taking an emotional dump. Alright, so by now you might be wondering, like, what the fuck happened? Why are you stressed? Why are your cats are stressed? Okay, so let me start. First things first, I got betrayed by my own family. Do you guys remember my dog Bula? I used to post him quite often on this channel back in the day. So Bula was my grandfather's beloved dog, and oh my god, this is gonna make me cry. So in 2019, my grandfather passed away from cancer, and I cannot talk about it without crying anyway. So me and my grandpa were very close, and I think all the love that I have for animals, I definitely inherited that from him. My grandpa really loved and cared for all animals, even insects. He was the kindest person like I've ever known. And losing him has been the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me, and it's been like 5 years, but I still didn't heal from that, and I don't know if I ever will. Okay, that's not the point of the video. So in 2022, my grandfather's house got sold, and that again was very traumatic for me because my grandpa basically built his own house, and that was the house that I grew up in, and it meant a lot for me. After the house got sold, my aunt, my grandfather's daughter, took Bula to her house, and she said that, he was her father's beloved dog and she would take care of him. She lives like in a big house with a huge garden, and that's the kind of environment that Bula got used to living in. He enjoys his freedom, he loves being in and out of the house as he pleases. So we thought like, okay, this was going to be a good idea. So in October of 2022, I moved to China to do my master's degree, and to my knowledge, Bula was still living with my aunt, and all seemed to be going well until the summer of 2023. That's when my aunt decided to get rid of Bula. So my aunt's son-in-law, her daughter's husband, found some family that wanted to take Bula, and mind you, all of this happened behind my back. My family never told me about this. So back in the summer of 2023, I was still thinking that Bula is living with my aunt. So every time I would ask my mother how my dog was doing, if he was okay, she would tell me that she doesn't know. And granted, my grandmother is sick with Parkinson's, so my mom doesn't visit her sister very often. She mostly, when she has free time, goes to visit my grandma and help her out. So I don't know if my mom was lying to me too or what the hell was going on. Fast forward to summer of 2024, and this is when I really began bugging my mom on a daily basis, like, where's Bula, what's going on? And I guess my mom knew that Bula was no longer living with her sister, so she told me that she messaged her sister's son-in-law to ask about Bula, and he completely ignored her message. So a couple of days later, my aunt's son-in-law and my cousin, they came to visit my mom, and as they were leaving, my mom was also going outside with them, and guess what happened? They ran into Bula. And that sad and pathetic excuse for a human being when he got caught literally couldn't even say anything for himself. He just stood there like, when a liar gets caught in their lie and they can't even defend themselves. Mind you, my mom did message him asking about Bula and he ignored her. So he had nothing to say for himself, and they got in their car and drove away. That is like beyond primitive fucking behavior. So he didn't have any guts to tell my mom the truth. So apparently he called his mother-in-law, and she then called my mom. So apparently what happened was the family that took Bula, they decided to move to another house, and these piece of shit people, may they burn in hell, decided to kick Bula into the streets just to get rid of him. They didn't have any plans of taking him with them. And this sad excuse for a human being who is my aunt's son-in-law knew about this. He knew this, they told him. and he chose to do nothing about it. He did not inform my aunt, he did not inform my mom, and he just moved on with his life. So please tell me, who needs enemies when you can have a piece of shit family like this? And by the way, if any of them are watching this, fuck you guys, okay? I have blocked every single one of them, and all of you are from now on dead to me. And it was by some miracle that my dog, my grandpa's dog, managed to find my mother's house. Keep in mind, she lives in an apartment and not in a house. So my mom like literally talked to all of her neighbors, everybody from her area. And some people were saying that they saw Bula hang outside for 3 days. Others were saying that he was hanging outside for 1 week. And we don't know for sure for how long. Poor dog was homeless. I cannot even imagine what he went through. And mind you, Bula is not a young dog. He is 8 years old. So this must have been so fucking traumatic for my poor dog, because the house where he, grew up and lived most of his life gets sold, and then he gets put in a new environment, and then that sad excuse for a human being kicks him out, and then he's in the next environment, and then he just basically gets kicked in the streets. Once my mother told me this, I begged her to take Bula home. And mind you, my mom lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with cats that never been exposed to dogs. And Bula also doesn't really like cats. He tends to be a little aggressive with them, bark at them, etc. So this was going to be a problem. But fortunately, my mother did listen to me and she brought Bula home. And I spent whatever savings I had to pay for his medical checkup and for a groomer. So this situation has been stressful for everybody. Cats are afraid of Bula. Bula is not used to living in apartments, and my mother is not used to looking after dogs. So this has been very difficult for her and for all the pets involved. Especially, Bula used to live in like big houses. He used to having his own garden, his own territory. But now he's like locked up in 1 bedroom. And this was done to make sure that he's not gonna attack the cats. So he is not happy, to say the least. But on the bright side, like right now my mom is on holidays, and in a couple of weeks she needs to get back to work, and we don't know how she will manage it, because right now she walks him like thrice a day, and she tries to give him like long walks. But once she starts working, I'm not sure if she will be able to do this. So this whole situation has been so terrible, so stressful. I have been feeling like so incredibly betrayed and depressed, even though I am not there right now. But I'm doing my best to cover all the financial bills to make it easier on my mom. And I don't know if it's making any difference at all, because my mom already has to take care of my grandma who has Parkinson's. So usually she would spend her weekends at my grandma's place, or sometimes go visit her after work. And now with the dog, the situation had become really complicated, and my mom is really burnt out, both emotionally and physically. And she also got in a huge fight with her sister. So this whole situation is being like a huge fucking mess. Other than that, I have been struggling to find Luna a home. Recently I found one shelter that seemed to be very good, but as soon as I messaged them, they told me that they ran out of space, so they cannot accept any more cats. Then I tried to participate in an adoption day event, but they also, had too many participants, and they told me I cannot participate. And yeah, I'm struggling to find her home, and right now all of this is really getting to me, because I have been trying to, figure my own life out. I have been trying to find a job. I've been going on interviews, getting internship permit, etc., etc. I've been really busy, really burnt out recently. And sometimes I feel like I don't really have the energy to look after 3 cats, and it sounds so terrible. Like sometimes I've been like too tired to clean their litter boxes, and Luna's been peeing on a bed, on a floor, and now the entire apartment smells of piss, and I'm in such a terrible mental space at the moment, and I honestly don't know what to do. All I know is that, you know, nothing good ever comes from a place of desperation, so I try to remind myself that, you know, this is not the end of the world, even though right now it feels like it might be. It's just because right now, like, I'm in it. So nothing good or bad ever lasts forever, so I just have to ride this wave until this wave is over. So yes, this is what I've been up to, and I just wanted to share this with you because I've been keeping all of this pain inside, and I thought like if I were to share it, it would just maybe go away. I don't know, it's stupid, but if you made this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and that is it.